Residents of Yishun GRC, my fellow Singaporeans, good evening. Please allow me to speak briefly in Malay and Mandarin before I speak to you in English. Salam sejahtera. Di pilihan raya 2011, rakyat Singapura mengundi dengan keyakinan. Parti Pekerja menang dalam GRC Aljunied. Selepas 2011, pemerintah berubah banyak dasar. Macam harga rumah HDB baru. Banyak dasar baru bermula selepas 2011. Macam Pioneer Generation, MediShield Life dan Silver Support. Kalau rakyat Singapura mengundi satu kali lagi dengan yakin untuk Parti Pekerja, hasilnya mungkin dasar-dasar yang lebih bagus untuk orang Singapura. Negara kita boleh jadi lebih seimbang dan demokratik. Undilah Parti Pekerja. Dacia, 晚上好。谢谢你们前来支持工人党。你们的支持，我们不会当成理所当然。我们工人党一定会尽心尽力为你们服务。My fellow Singaporeans, today I will talk about something very precious. Our senior citizens, our mothers and fathers, our grandmothers and our grandfathers. At some point in life, we all want to stop working because we have to. Do you want to keep on working forever because you are forced to, because you have no choice? If you are turning 65 years old today, the chances are you will be on the CPF Life scheme. The Prime Minister's 2014 National Day rally speech showed that most Singaporeans will get too little from CPF Life to live comfortably when they retire. If you withdraw your balance over the minimum sum when you get to that age of 65, you will receive somewhere between around $600 to around $1,000 per month. That's if you meet the minimum sum, my fellow Singaporeans. And do you think that the CPF minimum sum will stay where it is today forever? Do you think it will never go up? I don't think so. Those who do not meet the minimum sum will get less than $600 per month, maybe a few $100s a month. From Silver Support, from next year onwards, you may get $100 more, at most $250 more a month. Do you think this is enough to retire on? Neither do I. And I'll tell you something. Neither did most of the people who attended the Prime Minister's National Day rally last year. They said that they needed $2,000 a month to retire on. Friends, with rising costs of living, how will we live in Singapore after we retire? If you have a lot of savings to fall back on, no problem. If you can ask your children to give you hundreds or thousands of dollars a month, no problem. But that makes life harder for our children. What is our government's answer? What is their solution? It is to unlock the wealth in your home. But what happens when you try to turn your property value into real money? We can downgrade to a smaller house, but the money we make will be made less by renovation and commissions. And moving house uproots us from the communities in which we have grown up, where most of us want to grow old in. My friends, my father-in-law, whom I love dearly, has stayed in the same 3-room flat for 40 years. He does not want to move, even though his flat is now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That was the first home he bought. He loves his neighborhood. His children grew up in that flat. He does not want to sell it. Or we can rent out a room, but the market for rental rooms is not always good. I have met a few Singaporeans at our MPS who say they struggle to rent out their rooms these days, and not all of us want to have a tenant in our homes in our old age. The whole nation pays the price if high property prices deter younger people from marrying and having children. Will Singaporeans shackled by such a huge debt want to set up a business, take risks to innovate, try a new career in an emerging industry? Not likely. Friends, we are told that we have a government that never kicks the can down the road. But in this respect, they did. By making property key to our retirement hopes, they have kicked the can down the road to our precious children, our next generation, who have to struggle with much higher property prices today. The state is the biggest landowner in this country. Most of the state's land was acquired cheaply in the 1960s and in the 1970s. We had levers of control. They could have chosen to lower the land component in HDB BTO sales without a fiscal deficit and make cheaper homes for Singaporeans. But they chose to go in the opposite direction. It is too late now, friends, for easy solutions. We cannot crash the property market. The Workers' Party agrees that this will harm older Singaporeans. We have to tread carefully. In the Workers' Party manifesto, we suggest gradually lowering HDB BTO prices. We suggest pegging them to 25% of median monthly household income for a 20-year mortgage after the 10% down payment. We recommend making CPF work harder for you by paying out part of the long-term spread between CPF interest rates and the returns made by the GIC, the Government Investment Corporation, from investing CPF monies. And we recommend protecting your CPF life payments from future inflation. Friends, 20 years ago, if the trade-offs had been explained to us, if there had been a genuine national debate on this issue, if our elections had been contested by strong, responsible opposition parties with the kind of strength that the Workers' Party is building slowly today, would most Singaporeans have chosen to go down this path of high property prices and huge difficulties in retirement? I doubt it. Friends, the PAP is not an incompetent government, but sometimes it gets it wrong. Sometimes any government gets it wrong. But friends, it is easy to get things wrong when a government is protected from the will of the people by a crushing parliamentary supermajority and dominance over most public institutions in our land. We all want a Singapore that moves in the direction that we want our country to go in. Please support the Workers' Party as we strive to build a responsible, constructive opposition. Memperkasakan masa depan anda. 让我民权，抱我未来。Empower your future. Vote Workers' Party. Thank you.